Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to JLerone Presents, where we talk about the facts of foolishness, and black female fuckery. Alright, we're going to get into this Sonya Massey video, right? Just want to say my condolences to the family and friends. You know, it was a shame what happened, right? All I can say is, like, a couple of things went wrong in that video, right? You know, you had her call the police because she heard some rumbling around. I guess she thought somebody was trying to break in, so she called the police. Police came out. Things went left, right, real quick. Once they entered her house, things went left real fast. And I know a lot of y'all might not want to hear what I have to say. Maybe you've heard it. Some other content creators might have been saying the same thing. But first of all, you know, a lot of that wouldn't have happened. And just to be honest, if she had a man in her life, I know, you know, if she had a man, then that wouldn't have happened. Point blank. Right? If there was a man in the home, that wouldn't have happened. You know, we all know the man would have went out, checked around, made sure everything was okay. You know, he went back in, and if she still would have felt uncomfortable, then yeah, he probably could have called the police and waited around, or he just could have, you know, stayed up, made sure everything was secure. You know, made sure she fell asleep, and then maybe later on, after a couple hours of him standing guard, making sure nobody was around, he would have went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But no matter how you swing it, man involved, that wouldn't have happened, right? And secondly, you know, who throws a pot of hot boiling water at police that are coming there to help you? That's my question. I'm not saying that the police was right or wrong. All I'm saying is that the police acted based off of what happened, right? If you call the police to come out because you heard an intruder, right? But once the police get there, you proceed to throw hot boiling water on them. It doesn't matter if the cop said what he said. I mean, what he said was wrong. You know, talking about I'll shoot you in the effing face, you know? Yeah, I understand why he said it, but that don't mean he should have said it, right? And that does not warrant you to throw water or attempt to throw hot boiling water into his face, right? What did you think was going to happen? I'm just saying, I mean, y'all might not like it, but you got to think about that. You call these cops out because you hear something. You think somebody's outside trying to break in. So these cops come out, do their checks. They don't find anything, and they come talk to you, right? What's the reason for throwing water on them? You know, you go to the stove to turn the fire off because, you know, the cop pointed that out. He didn't want no fire being, you know, safety, right? So you go turn the fire off. Instead of just turning it off and just leaving the pot where it's at, you pick it up. You know, I mean, those cops had a reason to be a little, you know, you can say suspicious or cautious, right? Because just think about it. Because I was asking the same question. Who would be up boiling water at 1 in the morning, right? But then again, I thought about it. Well, she could have been scared because she did say she heard an intruder. She was waiting on the police. She called 911. She could have been like, well, if somebody breaks in before the cops get here, then I have the hot water. Okay, I get that, right? You know, again, if there was a man in the house, you wouldn't need to do that. But for the sake of argument, like I said, she was by herself. We know that. So she could have been scared. She could have been waiting on the police. You know, maybe she thought the intruder would have broke in before the police got there, so she's got the hot water waiting. Fine, I get that part, right? You know. But once they tell you to turn the fire off, why would you go and get the water and then proceed to try to throw it on them? Because there is a video out there showing that she attempted to throw the pot of hot water onto the cops. Why? You got to ask yourself that question. Why? What would make her do that? You know, the cops saw that she was that she had the water. They bagged away. She asked, "Why are you bagging up?" He said, "Because you got that pot of water," which I don't blame him. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. She's obviously unhinged a little bit, based off the questions they was asking her and how she was answering them. Outside, they was asking her questions, and she was saying that she called because she wanted to know if they could help her. And then they asked, "What did you need help with?" And when they asked her that question, she was like, "Nothing." Like, you calling for help, but then when they get there, you saying you don't need it. But then you said you called them because you needed help with something. Just go back and watch the video. That's what she said. She said, "I thought that you all could help me with something. That's why I called." And he said, "Well, what did you need help with?" And she was like, "Huh? What do you need help with?" "Nothing." I mean, she was talking erratic. I mean, the stuff she was saying made no sense, right? Then when she got inside the house, same thing. They asking her name. She don't know her name. They asked for her last name. She, she wasn't really there. You know what I mean? Then she's asking, they asking her for her ID, and she's talking about, "I need to show you the paperwork." Unless she thought that they wanted insurance or registration, but they never asked for that. They asked for her they clearly asked for her driver's license. But she wants to talk about papers. I need to show you these papers. Again, they have a reason to be cautious because of the way she's acting. She's not acting like someone who's in her right state of mind, right? So when she goes to the stove and gets the water, I would bag up too. If I'm in your house at 1 in the morning and you got some hot water and then you picking it up, I'm bagging away. So because they bag off, she proceeds to blurt out, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and all that. What am I supposed to think? You got a pot of hot water, and now you're telling me you rebuke me in the name of Jesus? All because I bagged away because I'm a little cautious because of the way you've been acting, and now you got a pot of hot water, boiling water that you just took off the fire, and I'm supposed to be all up on you? No, I'm going to back away. I don't blame him for doing that, right? And then, we all saw it. But my thing is, again, why would you attempt to do that to a police officer that's there to help you? We all know, anybody who went to church, all you Christians, y'all know, somebody say, "I rebuke you," what comes next? What comes after the "I rebuke"? They normally have that holy water, you know what I'm saying? "I rebuke you," and they throwing that holy water on you. But in her case, she didn't have any holy water. She had a pot of hot water, right? So I don't know about y'all, but if I'm in somebody's house and they have a pot of hot water, and then they telling me, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," I'm finna get first of all, if I don't have a gun, I'm bagging up and getting the fuck out of there, right? I'm getting out of there, which they could have done, but they're police officers, so their mindset is totally different, right? Still, you telling me "I rebuke you" and you got a pot of hot water? Yeah, I'm bagging up and I'm getting out of there. I'm not going to get close to you or anywhere near you to where you can just dash me with that hot water. I'm getting out of there, man. There's no way. Anybody in their right minds. But I haven't really heard anybody talk about that. Like, if somebody tell me they gonna rebuke me in the name of Jesus and they got some hot water and I'm just supposed to sit there, I don't see that. I can't do that. No. So what would you expect the cops to do in that situation? What would you expect anybody to do in that situation? Right? You telling me you rebuke me in the name of Jesus, and then I'm supposed to sit there and watch you attempt to throw some hot water on me? Because that's what was coming. It was coming for. That's what it was. That's what was coming next. You know, I can't see her just being a joke. Who jokes about that? Right? Who jokes about that? How you go rebuke somebody and then act like you're going to throw some hot water and they're not supposed to respond? Like I said, like I said, I'm not saying that it was just. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying the cops did what they had to do. That's all I'm saying. You know, you can look at it or say, you know, they shouldn't have done it. Like I said, it was a tragedy. I wish that it wouldn't have happened, right? I don't want to see nobody lose their life, whether they, you know, man, woman, black or white. You know, nobody should lose their life over calling the police to check on a prowler or, you know, an intruder or whatever. Nobody should lose their life over it. But you have to ask yourself what caused that, right? What were the actions of the victim, of Sonya Massey? What was her actions? Why would she pick up a pot of hot water and then tell that officer, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, just because he bagged away because she picked up the pot of hot water? I would have bagged away too. I mean, you can feel some type of way all you want. Maybe that hurt her feelings because they did that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But what was the provocation of her to, you know, come at them and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus because they bagged away because she had a pot of hot water? Did that mean, you know what I'm saying? Was that the cause? Does that mean that she should, you know, throw hot water on them? They bag away because she has a pot of hot water. So that means she can feel some type of way and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Right? So she felt some type of way because they was bagging away, because they was bagging up. Because, you know, hey, like I said, that's kind of suspect. That's kind of suspicious when you pick up a pot of hot water and then I bag up and then you say, I rebuke you. No, that don't fly. I can't stick around for that. So, like I said, I mean, it's one of them calls, man. It's one of them calls, and the cop, he had to make a choice, right? He had to make a choice. He pulled his weapon. Then I'm sorry. She ducked down, and that's where a lot of y'all think that it ended. A lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all just didn't look for another video, or maybe y'all seen the other video and you still don't want to believe it. But in the second video, from the other cops, excuse me, man. From the other cops' camera, you clearly see her raising back up with that pot of water, and she threw it. So you can say it was a false surrender. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like a false surrender. So, you know, again, you guys, y'all gotta. I know this is a sensitive subject or sensitive topic, but you can't be all in your feelings when y'all, you know, look at this or talk about this, right? Everybody wants to crucify this cop, but like I said, I get it. You know, he does have some bad marks on his record, right? Ain't nobody perfect. Like I said, I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not, you know, trying to big up him for what he did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on his side, put it that way. But I'm saying, based off what I saw and what happened, a lot of that stuff was questionable. And you have to question, you have to ask yourself, why would she do that? And just from being, you know, him being a police officer and him protecting himself, he did what he thought was right. You know, whether you see that or not, he had to protect himself. But, you know, that's how I see it. But you guys, let me know what you think. Drop some comments down below. Please like, subscribe, share. It's your boy JLerone with JLerone Presents. You guys, please be good to yourself. By all means, let's be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.